The first Americans. Let's take a trip back in time to visit the way our communities looked hundreds of years ago. We'll meet the people that lived there in those early years, and we'll talk about some of the events that took place which have brought us to today. Before Columbus discovered America in the year 1492, the land that we call the United States was already home to many settlements of people. These groups had many different names and lived in a lot of places, but today we know them all as Native Americans. Their communities existed here for a very long time, dating back 800 years. You may have heard of some of their tribal names like the Cherokee, the Iroquois, the Sioux, the Apache, the Mohawk, the Cheyenne, the Navajo, the Blackfoot, the Hopi, the Chippewa, and the Comanche. These are just some of the largest tribes. There are many more. Some tribes lived in homes carved out of the hillside. Some even built their homes with mud. Many tribes moved around a lot and made homes that they could take apart and bring with them. A teepee is a good example of these movable homes. Teepees were made of wooden poles and were covered with animal skins. A wigwam could look like a teepee if it had a cone shape. But wigwams were not made to move around. They were built in place with wooden poles and covered with sheets of woven mats and birch bark. They could also be shaped like a rectangle or have a dome-shaped top. Many other tribes also used branches, twigs, and animal skins to make their homes. Regardless of where they lived, all Native Americans settled in areas where they could get plenty of food. Sometimes they fished in a nearby river, usually in canoes. We do this so that we may continue to live in a country that feels it is important to show mutual respect toward all citizens. Thanks for taking this trip back in time with us today, and see you next time.